Hi, Scorpio. This is your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus reading for Scorpio. Homework family reading. I do not know what it is that if I don't say homework family reading first, it's like my mouth won't work. So it's the homework family reading for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I don't know why, but it's like if I don't say it in that order, we're wrong. So anyway, I always hit the bell so that so that I'm making sure we got things going in a more positive and pure energy around us. And as soon as I went to hit the bell, Spirit is saying for you, you're going to understand there's a lot going on for July 16th through the 31st with communication, with how you speak, with your self-expression and the throat. But Spirit prior to that was telling me you're going to be finding a lot of energy going from the third eye and the crown. So it's your upper three chakras in general. But they're telling me it definitely has to do with your imagination, how and where you're taking your imagination, how it is that you are speaking, you're communicating in general, you're speaking, your self-expression and your truth is coming through this. And I'm being told courageous, calm, tranquility, yet courageous energy within these upper three chakras. And I do not know what it is, but for some people, the number 65 is important. Like I said, I have no idea what. All I know is I'm being given 65 over and over again. And I'll let you look that up under angel numbers, number significance, because you may take it in different ways depending on who you are, because this is a general reading. So, again, though, they just keep saying communication and growth within the communication, growth within the communication. I'm also being given for Scorpios this second half of July, the dolphin. Yeah, just the dolphin energy in general. You might want to, like I said, look that up as well, because I'm not going to fully go into it that much. Because for me, the dolphin is, what I've been hearing is the ambassador of, like, the empath. It's the empath's ambassador. But this is also speaking of getting closer to the higher self, working through your emotional difficulties. And I just heard emotional differences as well. So I feel like this has to do with a lot of transformation that's taking place. Let's face it, you're Scorpio. You're very emotional in the first place. You're the ruler of the universal 8th house, which is speaking of the rules and the responsibilities within relationships. And it's also, where's my paperwork here? Okay, is the roles, the joint efforts, the joint finances, the joint resources within the relationship, but it's the transformation of healing that takes place within the relationship is what that universal 8th house is. And that speaks to the scorpionic nature of who and what you are as well. So, because as soon as I found out that we were doing a reading for you, and went directly into my mind did, which is technically them, is pushing me right into that idea of understanding this is a part of what's going on, along with, like I said, that communication, how you speak, how you're viewing things, you're imagining it and seeing the truths in it, all the way up from that throat chakra, the third eye, and the crown is really what Spirit is directing me to. Is there anything else? They're also saying in some situations it's going to be your honor and your reputation you're dealing with at this time. Anything else before we move on? I'm also feeling very, I don't know how else to put this. I mean, I feel like it's definitely, Scorpios are very much emotional. You're definitely a water sign. And I feel like you're very much in your water. But see, I feel wet right now, but I also feel mentholated. I don't know how to explain that. I don't really know what that would mean for you. but I feel like wet on my shoulders, yet mentholated. So this may be about, coming into a new level of self, a new higher soulful dimensional area for yourself as well. With it being that way, and maybe seeking or diving deeper, because like I said, I'm being given the dolphin, so you may be diving deeper into yourself at this time, or at least your truths and your soulful, emotional, mental, spiritual path on different levels. Because like I said, I keep getting the dolphin's the ambassador. So I mean, you may want to really look up what it means and what its spirit guidance means, or its totem medicine means, and see how it would help you. Because for me, that's typically finding peace within, but that could go different ways depending on you and your own life. Now, Scorpio, you're ruled by Mars and Pluto. Mars has some definite energies going on, as Mercury is now in retrograde, going to cross back over it, leaving Leo, and then jumping back into Cancer. But you also have the energies that you would have just felt of that full moon in Capricorn by the time this comes out, because this is for July 16th through the 31st. So it's going to cross over that energy. I mean, in general, that eclipse and full moon energy is. And then it's going all the way back around to where it's going to go back into an opposition with the new moon that takes place on the 31st. As it's going from a void, of course, from Cancer into Leo for that new moon. Finally, no eclipse, but a new moon. Now, let me just run through the energies first. I'm being told a lot of you are going to be dealing with psychic healing as well. Alright, that's where they left it. Okay, you have on the 16th, you have the lunar eclipse in Capricorn with the South Node, with Pluto, one of your rulers, and with Saturn. Rules, walls, boundaries, death, decay, destruction, renewal, rebirth, regeneration. And it's taking place in Cap for you. That's your universal second house. That's speaking to you of your self-worth, your self-value, your self-esteem. It's also speaking to you of how you create and spend your money, what it is you value. And with the South Node there's most likely in this full moon and eclipse something that's showing you that you need to let go of, cut the cord to. Because it's probably keeping you from getting to the depths of your self-worth, your self-value, your self-esteem. It's probably also standing in the way of bringing in the money that you wish. And, creating the valuable life that you're trying to create. There's probably something here in that universal second house, because the South Node is here, that you've gotten very good at. It's become a pattern. Pattern addiction of some form, that like our everyday mundane tasks. There's something about it that's probably standing in the way of you truly getting to the depths of that self-worth, self-value, self-esteem, because it's something you need to change. Because the South Node says right off the bat that it's a past life, it's something that's very good, that you're very good at, but it no longer serves you. So what is it that is keeping you from getting to you? Or are you talking shit to you? Like I said, I feel like I'm very much in the waters. I'm very much in the emotional energy. The ambassador, which is, the dolphin is what I'm being given. I feel mentholated. I feel like you're really going inwardly. And you're finding out parts of yourself that it's okay to shed. Really. And in that full moon, it's going to be going across to that 8th house, which is what you automatically rule. And that's where the opposition is of that lunar eclipse and that full moon. So it's definitely speaking about what is keeping you within these relationships. The joint finances, the joint resources, the joint efforts. What is keeping you from finding the transformational healing that you need from within the relationship to truthfully get to the depths of your self-worth, your self-value, your self-esteem? What it is that you value about yourself and life. And what in those relationships are in the way. And it's going to be showing you, because it's a full moon, plus it's a lunar eclipse. So I look at full moons, new moons, as, you know, it's a never-ending cycle of something new to start, something to release and surrender and let go of, something new to start, something to rise to the light so you can release, surrender, and let go, something new to start, so that you're constantly evolving. But when the eclipses come in, they're like, what are you freaking missing? Over and over and over again. So it's like a smackdown of all of those things that you're not getting. You just keep throwing it off and ignoring it. And I feel like that is what this full moon is coming in. It's like a double whammy of surrender, release, let go, so that you can come into your power and claim it. Are you acknowledging it, is what I feel like I'm supposed to be asking you. All right, you have Mercury, which is in retrograde. Like I said, it's going to be crossing over in Leo. Mercury is, while it's in retrograde, and going back into Cancer. It goes back into Cancer on the 19th. Now, for you, we're talking about the 10th house and the 9th house. So we're talking about from your honor, your prestige, your reputation. This is what Spirit was saying right off the bat. Professional career, your financial success. It's going in this energy. Mercury is in retrograde. Your communication is talking to your inner warrior, your inner SWAT team, your inner passion, action, aggression in Leo. Being a little dramatic about what it is that you haven't gotten quite right of serving yourself, so that you can get that reputation, that prestige, that professional career where you want it. What are the duties, the authority, and the responsibility of making that happen? When it steps back into Cancer, it's going to be on the 19th, it's going to be speaking to that higher education of yourself, your ethics, your morals, your spiritual urges. It's your higher mind, your wisdom. It's also books, rituals. It's how you psychically do your work as well. And I feel like after the 19th, what you're not sure, you're understanding from this Mercury retrograde, it will start making sense to you after the 19th, once it jumps back into Cancer. And Spirit is saying there's something going on with you with the large groups. The large groups might be standing in the way of your hopes, your dreams, or it may be standing in the way of truthfully standing in your truth with your ethics and your morals. It's coming back into reputation as well as financial success. And how is this working for or against you is what I feel like I'm being told to tell you. The sun is moving into Leo on the 22nd, which is that 10th house, which is your career zone, that honor, reputation, prestige, again, your financial success, the authority and the responsibilities of that outer community. You also have Venus moving into Leo on the 27th. So these are coming as we near the end of the month. And then you have Mercury, which finally goes direct on the last day of July, the 31st. And it's going to be in a new moon, again, in Cancer, with a void, of course, to Leo. So you're going again So it's coming from your psychic energy, your spiritual energy, soulful energy, your ethics, your morals, your spiritual urges, your higher mind, your higher self, and that psychic energy, and moving it into that reputation, moving it into that career zone. So this is definitely a time to really be listening to yourself. Really be listening to your higher self, because that's part of what this energy is. I'm in the water and I'm feeling the other dimensional energies that are like just illuminating you is what I feel. It's there to illuminate you. Are you listening to them? Because it's why I'm feeling mentholated. Yeah. I mean, and why they're telling you to call on the dolphin and help you move forward, because it's the ambassador of that spiritual higher understanding and help you work through that energy. Now, as far as the astrology itself, no, let's not do that. Most of your energy is with that outer community this time, from the 16th through the 31st. It is both of your conscious and your unconscious actions, but this is mainly talking to you mainly on your descendant side. So this is speaking to you of your past, what you've gotten good at, but it don't serve you anymore. And what are you acknowledging or not acknowledging because it's standing in the way? You know, of really moving forward and making your top priorities come forward. This is speaking to you both of your introverted and your extroverted side. How are you communicating? Like I said, it's the throat chakra, the third eye, and the crown. It's taking those more private areas and personal areas of yourself, getting to acknowledge them, seek your inner truths, and move that into the outer community and make it serve you, is what I feel like this energy is about. But like I said, I've been saying all the time, the energy that's coming in August with that Lionsgate is super freaking powerful. So this is setting you up. This is setting you up so that you can actually start to move forward. Don't expect it to happen like this. It may. But I'm saying there are situations that may be, you're getting your ducks in a row in a form, is what I feel. Now, also on the 26th, the 26th is an important day. As soon as I find it, the 26th is an important day because it's not 100% right as far as the aspects go, but I don't care. I'm still calling it a yod. And a yod in astrology is supposed to be the finger of God or the hand of God. It's pointing a new pathway, a new decision within that pathway. So something should be coming up very important at that time, showing you a new direction, a new purpose, a new consciousness, a new form of self-nullification. It is, the crown of wisdom. It is action and reaction. It also speaks to you of the number 10, the completion of a cycle. And for you, that's taking place, once I find it, because I gotta hold this right to find it. That's coming out of the Taurus moon, going into Capricorn, and then coming back down here into Cancer. So for you, that is 1, 2, 3. This is your communication in general. It's also the short journeys in your siblings. It's also speaking directly to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, to the relationship zone and the soul fire that's in that relationship zone, as well as that being a Taurus energy. So this could be stubborn energy. This could be stubborn energy, really, really, where is your soul fire within this? Where's your soul fire and your emotional depths really hitting home versus the possible communication? And where is that connecting with your true higher self? The truth of what you desire, the truth of what you need, your ethics, your morals, your spiritual urges, your higher psychic energy. I said that this is, that I didn't say it, they said it, that this is going to be part of like a psychic healing from the 16th through the 31st. So I feel, like you're very much going through what you are. I keep getting like a skull, which means it's for me would be like the tarot for the death card, which is transformation. So are you taking the transformation, or are you refusing to have the transformation? Because if you refuse to move forward and work with the energies and work with yourself, then you're standing still and you're the reason why you're not moving forward. If you're digging in deep and you're truthfully getting to the bottom of these things, this is a transformation and a rebirth. And that's pretty much what a lot of this energy is. It's rebirthing and coming into a new a new platform of self so that you can start to move forward in the next, like 20 years in the direction you truthfully want by understanding where you're not, is what I feel like I'm being given. Well, you just really want to talk this time around. This is the Earth Magic deck. I just go at who calls. Plain and simple. So, whoever is the cards calling is where we're going. So sometimes it's Oracle, sometimes it's not, sometimes it's tarot, sometimes it's uplifting information. I just go where they take me. It's that simple. I'm not even asking questions anymore. I just see what they say. The very first thing out is the lake and stillness. And what was they saying? I feel like you're in the water. That's what you are, Scorpio. You're going through through a transformation. This is taking time to listen and honor self. This is, the stillness of self. Listen to self. Allow your true emotional waters, your psychic waters, your spiritual waters to flow, so that they can teach you. Which one was it? You tried to slip past me. Maybe it did slip past me. Okay, that's just not funny. It's your wake-up call, is what Spirit's pointing out. They flipped it right over if you saw that happen. This is the tsunami. I said, I feel like you're in the waters. Stillness, the wake-up call. Listen to your higher self. Your higher self will not steer you wrong. You are going through 2 eclipses. I feel like I said, and you're moving towards a brand new place of coming into yourself, coming into a brand new place of life. Listen to your higher self, because it's time to shapeshift. It's time to make the changes, shapeshift, and let it steer you in a brand new life, is what I'm basically being given. Have the strength and be still again. Because the lake is telling you to deal with your emotional waters and to be still in them. The mountains are telling you you need to be unmovable. You need to be unmovable at the moment. Listen to yourself. Give yourself the strength you need. You're getting the wake-up call. Just acknowledge it when you see it and make the shape-shifting so that you can start turning your life into everything you want. That does not mean necessarily that it's a relationship or a job or a career. It could for any of you. But that depends on how soulfully you are connected to your truth so that you can manifest what you want. It's really what that's coming down to. All right, well, going in different directions today, so I've given up on trying to have a direction of how things go, because Spirit just does what Spirit wants to do anyway, so why try? All right. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What do they need to hear since you're the one talking? Scorpio. Thank you. Confidence. Believe in magic. You don't need an explanation for everything. Trust it has happened for all the right reasons. Sweetie, I don't pick out the stuff. I just tell you what comes out. It sounds like you've got so much positivity going on. But sometimes positivity can hurt when you're going through some of your depths of yourself. Because you're getting to a whole new level. Responsibility. I'm going to learn to talk one day. Responsibility. Become discriminate about the people you choose to help. Discriminate with the people you choose to help. There are too many people in your life who don't take responsibility for themselves and instead rely on you to sort out their shit, more or less. Don't be somebody else's fix-it woman or man. You're fixing you. It's always good to be there for people, but it isn't your job to fix other people. Sometimes people need to learn to be responsible for themselves. Don't take no shit. If they're not doing their part of the deal, don't do it for them, more or less. Indifference. Some things are worth worrying over, but this is not one of them. Let go of the situation and reclaim your happiness that has been stolen from you, more or less, from a past event or past life. Like I said, I feel like you're definitely digging in. You're told to get to the, I'm sorry, right now I'm more or less being washed away by water. I just feel like I'm being washed down, right on down a river. As I was talking about the dolphin and, again, the ambassador, I feel like this is go with your energy, go with your truth, go with your knowing, and don't take people's shit. If they're not being responsible for themselves, fuck them. I'm sorry, but if they're not taking their own responsibilities of getting to taking care of themselves, then how are you supposed to fix them? You can't. That's their problem. This is about coming into yourself, coming into your power. Like I've been saying in the weekly healing messages, get your crown, put it back on, claim what rightfully belongs to you, know that it rightfully belongs to you, and take no shit. Stop freaking worrying, is what they say right off the bat. This is the Five of Pentacles, which speaks to you of making things worse because you're over in your head. If you're in your head, you're going to make things worse. Overwhelmed, pressure about worrying about your security. This could be a Taurus, a Virgo, a Capricorn in your life. This is the very first thing they're putting out with the Empress. The Empress is the doorway. It's the mother. It's the rebirthing. It's the selflessness. It's the oracle kind of thinking. No, it is oracle thinking. Empress is the one I always say is the oracle kind of thinking. The Empress. When I relate to the Empress, I relate her to higher than the magician. She's already become one with everything. She's one with the directions. She's one with the spirit realm. She's one with herself. She's come into her four: emotional, mental, spiritual, physical. What is keeping you from getting to your Empress, your higher priestess, your goddess energy, or godding if you're a man? What is keeping you from getting there is because you're talking yourself out of it. You're worrying about it. You're stressing about it. You're allowing the shit in your head to keep you from moving forward. This is what they're saying. If you get out of that and you start believing in self, you go into the depths of your higher soul, you're going to come through this energy splendidly. You've got, like I said, you can come out of this. You can be the Empress. You can be that higher person. But you've got to get past the Three of Swords, which is more or less the same kind of talking. This is, your fears, abundance within the fears. This is Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra. This is, the fields of perception and fighting them, not believing in them, still having sorrow, doubt, and worry, anxiety. If you get past that, you're going to find yourself creating the abundance that you want. This is Three of Cups. This is finding yourself celebrating, finding the rebirthing. This is Cancer energy. This is being communication and abundance within it. This is Mercury and Cancer. This is nesting within the communication and celebrating. This is moving you into sharing security and joy with your friends. The only thing that's in your way is allowing other people to keep your thinking in check for them. Fuck that. The Knight of Discs speaks to you of reliability. This is you. I don't care what nobody says. At this time, this is you. This is what you need to be right now. You need to be the Knight of Discs, which is the Knight of Pentacles. This is production and to sustain the production. Sorry. This is instinctive energy, listening to yourself, listening to your ethics, being reliable and trusting in yourself. And if you're doing that, you're going to move forward. Don't let all that other shit and other people's opinions, this fucking assholes. Don't worry about that. You do what you need to do for you and what is true to your soul purpose. Be aware that your thoughts are filling. Be aware that your thoughts and feelings are just impactful as your actions. And what was I just saying? Get out of your head. If you get out of your head and stop talking yourself out of shit, you're going to move forward. Avoid hateful thoughts, as they are just as hurtful as physically striking someone else. Alright, maybe I shouldn't have said fuck them. But my point is, if you don't love you and take care of you and put your crown on and move you forward, you're not going to move forward. This is the time of rebirthing for you. This is what you're supposed to be good at, your Scorpio. Dig in deep and allow it to take place. Do something to improve yourself. Any improvement you make will benefit all of humanity. I think that is very wonderful energy. But you really got to just believe in you. Trust in you. And go get your crown and claim your rightful place. Not because you can, but because it's yours. And you have the authority in yourself to have the life you desire. I love you guys. So believe in it. Bye.